Hello and welcome to anyone and everyone who's decided to watch this video. Today, much to my own shock, I am talking about a new Masters of the Universe Origins product that kind of caught my eye and kind of came out of nowhere, because I have seen no chatter about this set. And given how much the toy shows, at least some of the toy shows, love to talk about MOTU, I am shocked to see no love being given to this set. Like, was it just shadow dropped or something? Did Mattel not announce this? Do people not know this is a thing? It is what they're calling the, where's it say it right here, the sketchbook series of Hordak and Grizzlor. Supposedly, this is their original concept art designs. I don't know how true that is. I'm not an expert of He-Man concept art, and what concept art I've seen be talked about by toy designers or just He-Man fans. These two designs never showed up in any of it, so actually maybe I have seen this Hordak design, but I've definitely never seen this Grizzlor design. So maybe these are real. I don't think these sketches they put on the box are the original sketches. Something tells me that's not true. Oh, and it has the She-Ra 40th anniversary logo. Has there even been a She-Ra released this year? Because they keep putting that She-Ra logo on everything, and it's like, I mean, we got, spoilers, Catra here. I bought this Catra, the only cartoon collection figure I've ever gotten, but is there even a She-Ra in this year of She-Ra's 40th anniversary? Because I'm pretty sure the animation She-Ra was released last year, and I don't think the other lines have had a She-Ra. I don't give a dang about any other He-Man lines, and I barely care about Origins anymore, because all the fun toy-inspired figures have been moved to Mattel Creations. But I saw this 2-pack and it really caught my eye, and I was like, if it goes on sale, I'll get it. And then I saw it on sale for 30% off and was like, oh, I don't think I can justify it. Even though by that point I would have been paying the price of one figure for 2 figures. Then I saw it on discount even lower for 50% off. And then that meant I was getting it for the price of what one figure in this line used to be before Mattel raised the prices, which I'm not hating too much on Mattel for, because the current price raising that is happening is not really the fault of companies. But, yeah, and I was like, well, now that it's that cheap, I mean, kind of have to get it at that point, because, I mean, I do like these designs. And I don't have the first release of Grizzlor. Hordak, I do have a Hordak. I have the Buzzsaw shooting Hordak, so I don't know what this guy's going to be. Maybe I'll make him into, like, my Horde Prime or something. But, yeah, I thought these were interesting, so gonna take a look at them. And they have a fancy artwork here in the back. They're fighting concept art He-Man, and I believe that's a concept Skeletor there in the back of the Fright Zone. And that's another reason why I held off on getting these guys until I saw them at an even deeper discount than they already were being discounted for. Is getting more Evil Horde characters is honestly gonna maybe convince me into buying that Fright Zone playset, because I'm a playset junkie. And I don't want to pay $90 for that Fright Zone. Maybe it'll get discounted as well, especially because there's one retailer in my area that, like, toys sit forever. Like, it still has toys from, like, 3 to 4 years ago sitting there. Yet, for some reason, it's the only store in my area, like, convenient store, that bothered to get Castle Grayskull and Snake Mountain. And it discounted both of them and made me really upset that I bought those at full price when I could have waited and seen them at discount. So I'm honestly wondering if that store will just wind up getting this 2-packs. Not this 2-pack, this is a Target exclusive. That Fright Zone set in. Oh, dang it. They have little holder things. The little plastic holders. Do I need to get the scissors, or can I just tear them out? Oh, yep. just carrying him out. Get out here, Grizzlord. Come on. Come on, Hordak. Free yourself. Prove that you are the leader of the Horde. Yes. Yes. There we go. And I guess we'll start with Hordak. So here he is, and let's bring in Buzzsaw Hordak, and hope he stands, because he sometimes has a hard time standing. Okay, there he is. Actually, sometimes he's pretty good at standing, because he's got the flat feet, but because he's got a lot going on with his big heavy cape and his Buzzsaw gimmick, sometimes it's a challenge with him. But, ooh, hang on, let's get that out of there. So here's this concept art Hordak, and this is very traditionally He-Man-y. The regular Hordak design always felt like some kind of plussed up version of what Skeletor was supposed to be, because he's got a big skull face and he's a big scary man. I've always thought both the Evil Horde and the Snake Men are cooler than Skeletor and the Evil Warriors, so definitely the cooler factions of darkness in the MOTU world. And why is this elbow so tight on concept Hordak? But this Hordak feels very meh. Like, he's kind of weird. I'm glad this actually didn't become the design of the character. I think it's fun, but it doesn't really strike new evil leader to me, even though I just said that maybe I'm going to turn him into Horde Prime since I already have a Hordak. Like, he feels like just another Viking dude, even though he does have this cannon arm, which this is actually pretty interesting to see, because Hordak has this in the cartoon, but it wasn't a thing on the vintage Hordak toys, except for Hurricane Hordak, who they made as a Creations exclusive, so I never got him, because, yeah, and I like that design, but I'm pretty fine with the two Hordaks I have right here, so I'm okay with not having a Hurricane Hordak. But, let's see what's going on here. He's got this smaller Horde logo. Well, the logo's still pretty big, but it's got a smaller skull in it, and the wings are a lot more pronounced. And it's got like a slightly different Horde logo on the helmet, and that's actually pretty goofy. The very round skull. It's like, yeah, I'm the Horde logo. He's got pretty scary face, big mean grimace, his blood red eyes. Yeah. And the bone white for the skin, which is interesting. The arm is very, very robotic. If this really is true concept art, then this has to be where the cartoon got this idea from, which is interesting. I don't really like the way Hordak looks in the cartoon. No cape and the blue skin, or whatever, if that even is his skin. But for this design, I actually like the cannon arm better on this barbarian guy than I do weird Batman thing that normal Hordak is, that the final Hordak is. And how does this armor come off? Because I'm looking at the torso, and I'm wondering if this is... I've got to take off the head to do this. Is this a new torso for a MOTU character? I actually do not have any generic beefy men pulled down here. I left all of those MOTU Origins figures upstairs with the rest of the figures. I only have Horde characters here, so I actually have nobody I can compare this with. But I think this is the toy-based sculpt for the torso. I don't think that's a cartoon collection one. Somebody can tell me if I'm right or wrong about that in the comments. And I do like the shoulder spikes, though, for the armor. That's pretty neat. And ooh, he has another bat on his back. That's actually really cool. I like this armor. I like it a lot. Let's get it properly sealed in and put the head back on. He's got a bit of a biker feel to him, actually, this version of Hordak. Like, it's a cool design. I do think this is the better Hordak. He's got a spiky belt that feels a little off-center. I can adjust that, though. It is a floating piece. The traditional furry loincloth, his bare legs, gotta show off the muscles. And kind of weird boots here with this extra strap thing. They're a bit puffy. I don't know how to feel about that. Going over his traditional MOTU feetsies. just the He-Man's feats, compared to the flipper feet, the duck feet of default Hordak. So, it's very interesting. It's very interesting. I definitely like him as a addition to my evil horde, but I do not like. He's not going to replace Hordak. Like, if anything, he's just going to become Horde Prime, or maybe I'll make him into a new character. He can be Joe. Hey, Lord Hordak. Hey, Joe, how you doing? I'm fine. How about you? I could be better, but I'm always sculpted with this smiling face. So, I guess I'm doing pretty good. Oh, that's great to hear, Hordak. Yeah, you too, Joe. Okay. Yeah. Plus, I do appreciate the gimmick of Buzzsaw Hordak. I love how ridiculous this is, of him just being normal Hordak, but he shoots a buzzy thing out of his chest. Like, I deliberately didn't buy the first release of Hordak, just because I figured one of the gimmicks would come eventually. And when I saw that they were doing this one, I was like, yeah, gotta get him. Gotta get him. But, like, yeah, this one's pretty fun. He just, he's just kind of, he's not as cool as a leader villain as this one. Also, I do wish that his cannon arm did something. It just kind of does nothing. Is this reused from Animation Hordak, from the cartoon collection? That's also something I want to know. I wouldn't be surprised, because, I mean, it is MOTU. They reuse parts blatantly, and for some reason they don't get criticized for it, but other toy lines that reuse parts much less than He-Man get criticized like it for crazy. It's like, we should... I mean, that's just the art of toy making, is parts reuse. It's... when it's done well, it's done really well, and a lot of toy lines do it well, and I really respect that part of MOTU. I like to make fun of MOTU a lot, but I'm more making fun of Mattel. Because I think MOTU is a fun toy line, I'm just not that big into the fiction. So, Grizzlor. My first Grizzlor toy ever, since Origins is my first ever He-Man toy line, and, Grizzlor was a Creations exclusive as well. So I did not get him. And this is interesting. This is the Beastman body. I should have pulled down my concept art Beastman to see if this is the original Beastman body or the cartoon collection. Given how thin these arms are, I'm gonna say cartoon collection. It's also a pretty thin torso. And he's like an elephant man, a woolly mammoth man, and he's got a steel jaw. I didn't even realize that until I was opening him a couple of minutes ago, that there's like a steel jaw around him, wrapping around his very tiny trunk. It's very interesting. But he's got bat-like ears, I guess, to match the Horde logo. He also, of course, has a Horde logo. Also, no Horde bows in this set. The Evil Horde are known for their really dumb crossbow accessories that go like that. But no bows for anybody in this 2-pack. I say anybody like there's more than 2 characters here. No bows. But we do have the much superior weapons of the Terror Claws. Some of my favorite accessories in MOTU. And now I have a third set of them, because I have the ones from Triple H and the Terror Claw Skeletor. And now I have ones for Grizzlor. And look at that. They're nice gunmetal gray and they're huge. And hang on, this one's not on as well. And yeah, that definitely changes his figure a bit. Again, I wonder if the concept art for this design actually showed him with the Terror Claws being reused. Was Terror Claw Skeletor even out at the time Grizzlor came out? Were they the same year? I don't know. This is another one where I'm like, is this really a real concept art design? Because he has the Horde shoulder band, I'm just noticing, which has the head of this Hordak on it. It's the one on his chest. Yeah, and this is more close to the proper Horde logo as well. So, yeah, so this, if this is concept art, then it must have been made long after this one. So these definitely must not have been out at the same time. He's got Horde logos on his boots. I don't know if those are reused from any previous figures. None of the Horde figures I own have boots like that. He's got little robo feetsies. So keeping up with the cyborg aspect of him. That's actually really interesting how he seems to be more cybernetic, because like that's a thing that the Horde have in the fiction that isn't really replicated with their toys. So honestly, that makes me believe that maybe these really are concept art designs, because this would explain why the cartoon goes in such a cybernetic direction with the Horde, even though the 80s toy line kind of projects them more as like horror movie mystical stuff than cybernetics. So maybe this was an original idea Mattel at the time had for them and then scrapped, only for the fiction to do it anyway. And for his eyes, they're all black with tiny, tiny yellow pupils, and I do love the look of these tusks. If anything, I'm glad I don't have an original Grizzlor, because I think I like this a little bit more. The tusks are pliable. They could wind up getting warped. I was wondering if these were going to be able to rotate, and I don't think they are. I think they are not. You can take off this harness. It's just they're like a belt, but this darker fur here is part of his harness. That's actually kind of weird, because I kind of wish that was his fur. I guess I can just pretend it is, because I mean, it blends in with the torso really well. It actually looks really nice. Same thing with the loincloth, but that's because that's the same color as his fur. So, it's like one of those things where you can kind of notice it, but you can kind of ignore it as well. He's got these kind of pads for his thighs that are slightly loose. They're not as bad as some of those Turtles of Grayskull figures I got that were doing this. So that's nice. I'm glad to see they're on a bit tighter. I'm definitely liking him. He's got an interesting silhouette. He's a very unique design. And honestly, yeah, I think I like this more than the real Grizzlor, the one that actually happened. And I'm kind of shocked they just called these Hordak and Grizzlor and didn't give them new names like how MOTU Classics did that with all the concept designs for Skeletor and He-Man. Or just concept designs in general. I'm kind of sad these aren't just new characters. But at the same time, I have no Grizzlor, and now I have a Grizzlor, and this is probably just going to become Horde Prime for me. So, yeah, I got new Horde characters. My Horde has expanded. I'm not much of an Origins guy anymore, just because, as fun as the toys are, I wanted to cut back. It's not my favorite lore. Saving money and space, but like the Turtles were getting me back into it a little bit, and I'm super hyped for the Thundercats. So I am glad I have these two. I'm glad the Horde got done way better than the Snake Men, because the Snake Men are my favorite of the evil factions, and I really feel like they were done bad in Origins. They just, everyone except for King Hiss kept disappointing me to the point where I haven't been buying them at all. And when I saw these two, I saw Medusa Man there as well, also clearanced, and I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it, because they just haven't been doing my Snake Men justice, in my opinion. But I think the Horde has been done pretty well. So let's get a Horde group shot here with my Buzzsaw Hordak Mantenna here, with his fun little feature. Very fun figure, Mantenna. I don't even really like this character, but I just knew I had to get this figure. And we'll bring in good old Skinny Boy Skinny Mosquitor and Skinny Grizzlor. They're an interesting team, and I do prefer the more organic head on Mosquitor. I think it's a cooler head sculpted than the original robotic one. Cartoon Collection Ketra, and I also have Leech and the Horde Trooper, but I did not dig them out of the pile, especially because I believe I keep Leech inside my Castle Grayskull. I think he's one of the figures I keep in there, and I've been reorganizing things, so Castle Grayskull is currently surrounded by a bunch of other figures, because in order to reorganize, I had to make a mess, so I didn't want to pull out Grayskull at all. That's also why She-Ra isn't here to face off against her enemies, because I keep her in Grayskull as well when I'm not playing with these figures. But yeah, I now have an even more sizable evil Horde. Yeah, it's a pretty big team. And it really, really makes me want to get that Fright Zone, which is what I was afraid of. But overall, I'm glad to see some new MOTU Origins figures that are not those kind of bleh looking cartoon collection figures, even though I do like this Catra. That's why she's the one cartoon collection figure I bought. I'm actually pretty pleased with these. I do think Grizzlor is the superior, but that Hordak's pretty fun, and maybe he speaks to you in a way he's not to me, and I don't hate him. I'm just not in love with him. Maybe he really sings to you in a way he's not doing it for me. But overall, it's a pretty good 2-pack, and if you find it on clearance, like deep clearance like I did, then definitely get it. If you like these figures and you're a big MOTU fan, I definitely think it's worth it. Because really, I feel like the MOTU fandom is ignoring this 2-pack. Maybe I'm wrong. But like every like toy show I watch or any like socials I've dug through where people are talking about MOTU, nobody talks about this set. It's like nobody knows it's a thing. Let me know if you knew about this set the whole time, or if you're just discovering it now, because I'm really curious. But overall, it's a pretty fun set. I don't really collect this line much anymore, but I'm glad to see it's still pretty good. And, you know, I'm glad I got to dig back in for this 2-pack and expand this team. So, yeah, I've definitely rambled on enough here. Thank you all for watching, and see you guys around.
Greetings, human germs. It is I, Skywarp. Lord Megatron demands that you subscribe to this channel. If you do, then you may be spared from the Decepticon conquest of Earth. You would be wise to do as he says. Greetings, human germs. It is I, Skywarp. Lord Megatron demands that you subscribe to this channel. If you do, then you may be spared from the Decepticon conquest of Earth. You would be wise to do as he says.